Hey guys, what's on is Talk Force TV? We're all allowed. It is the Red and White show. We have got some of our specialised panel one. We have got Mr. Future Force Manager Blowers in LJP.
Hello, hello.
And we have got the one and only Mr. Force and Barnsley fan in Loot.
Evening.
Evening. So then guys, Force winning at the weekend against Brady Cup Preston 3-0. How do you feel about it?
I thought it was a decent win, but we could be better.
What do you think to it, LGP?
Well, I watched parts of the game, so I didn't watch all of the game, but I watched bits of it, and I think we definitely deserved the win. I don't think Preston created anything, if very little. I think obviously there's always areas to improve on, as there is in any game. I feel like defensively we still look a little bit shaky, but again, Preston didn't create much. They didn't really threaten our back line that much, so yeah, but still bits to improve on. But I think overall it was a decent performance and a good win.
Oh, interesting. Very positive tonight, lads. Which is always great to see. Do you think that would? Do you think that we deserve to win?
Yes,
Definitely.
We've got Luke Kwan saying, "Hey up, mate," and all the goats are back together. Pest Ted saying, "Evening," so evening. Luke Kwan saying, "Very annoyed about the Spence situation." How do you guys feel about the Spence situation?
Well, Forest would have known when they'd done the deal that they had this option. And Warnock wasn't going to stay around at Middlesbrough forever. And the fact that Chris Wilder's now taken over, obviously Spence is going back to Middlesbrough in January. It's just going to happen. But here's the thing. Do you think this new Forest regime has just sat there and thought, oh yeah, we've got this situation, but we'll leave it until January to find the replacement? It's all stats driven. So we'll either have the replacement for Spence already here getting trained up, or we'll have identified who we're going for in the next window. Yes, okay, it's not going to be Jed Spence, but then again, Jed Spence was never going to stay here either. Asei Tutu isn't going to be back till December, even if he does come back in December. Plus, I think we view him more as a left back than a right back. So,
Yeah, obviously Luke and I put we have a Sue Tutu. That if he stays. Gemma Bunkle said we should keep Spence if we can. Many down to finish, but I think it could be a win-win situation first.
it's if we can afford to keep, if we can afford to get Spence, that's the big one. I just want to address Brian's comment about not wanting much.
That one.
It's not the fact that I'm wanting all of this. If you listen to Steve Cooper after the game, he more or less hinted exactly the same thing. It was a point, it was 3 points, but again, we can play a hell of a lot better. And, you know, when your manager's coming out and demanding more, then why as fans can't you demand more? Yes, it's a good win against Preston, but at the same time, there were patches, especially during the start of the second half, where Forest hardly had a kick. That can be improved on. You've got to you can't just go through with all the wins and go, oh yeah, we won, so all those patches don't matter. You've got to look at both sides. Yes, our goals were brilliant. We had decent patches of attacking play, but at the same time, we can be better.
Yeah, do you agree to that, LJP?
Yeah, I do think there was patches that we could improve on. I do just want to touch on the Spence situation. I think if we can keep hold of him, do everything we can to keep hold of him. But Chris Wilder's going to want a player like Jed Spence who's going to fit his system almost perfectly because he's been Wilder and Cooper. They play very similar systems with the wing backs and stuff. So I think he will fit into there. We have got Tutu, as we've mentioned, but if he stays, I think he can fit that role. If he goes, we have already got Draga, but I feel like we would need to play Draga in maybe a cup game to see what he's all about. And if he's not that good, obviously we need to look for a replacement, which I'm very confident that Forest are already doing. But then you've also got Finn back as well. But is he more of a flat right back or can he play sort of wing back as well? So you've got to take that into account as well. But I think
right centre back for the 23s.
Definitely. Hang on. So just touching back on the Preston game, I think it was a solid performance. I think the only thing to improve on was the early start to the second half. I think if we played for the intensity that we played for 90% of the game for that spell early in the second half, then I think we could have definitely got a fourth goal. But yeah.
Yeah, definitely. The other one I said, then away we do have that Dragon lad.
Yeah. And
yeah, he could have said that anymore with a straight face.
I mean, we're saying we've got this Draga lad and we've also got this Ayeda as well. They're going to play eventually, but at the same time, it's one of those. Does Cooper want to throw Draga in straight away when Spence goes, or are we going to look for somebody else that's got championship experience? You never know. It takes these players some time to settle in. I mean, Draga's come over from Greece. Ayeda's come over from Paraguay. You know, it's new culture for them. They're going to have to take some time to settle in. I mean, you know, we'll have to see.
Branson, like watching Doom and Gloom. Okay. Watched Forest in 96, it's seen some rubbish.
Yeah. Your point being?
Luke's got his shots fired already.
I mean, I'm not saying we were rubbish. I have seen some rubbish since 2010. So I know a rubbish performance. Just go back to pre-Steve Cooper when Chris Hughton was there. That was some rubbish right there in front of your very eyes. But you know, you've got to look at both sides. The positives being we scored 2 goals in the first half. We created chances, for most of them going to Ryan Yates. We managed to keep a clean sheet. There's some positives. Some negatives, we're still poor at corners. We had that period in the second half where we struggled to get a foothold in the game. And we've still got Samba and Worrell messing around with it with 46 minutes on in the game, when really you should be going forward. And I'm sure that's nothing that Steve Cooper doesn't already realise and is already working on. So, in a sense, I'm just saying what Steve Cooper said in his interview. It was a win, but the performance can be better.
You second to that LJP?
I think there is most games where you can always look to improve on things. I don't think it was a bad performance by any stretch of imagination. We won the game 3-0, and I think it was definitely a 9 out of 10 game. And there's still, I think the only period I could say we could improve on is that 5-10 minute spell early on in the second half. But other than that, I think it was a good performance, other than that short-term spell.
Luke One saying Forest should try go for a young right back like Tanganga and D-Lot.
Well, Tanganga's been playing at Spurs that got Nuno sacked, and Dallo isn't even getting into a very, 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 very poor Man United side. So, why?
Na 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 na. Luke's shot, firing shots. Luke's firing shots. It's Mr. Doyle's watching. I don't know if he is or not, but he's very quiet. We are the number one YouTube channel for Forest content.
Is your mate in hiding,
I think so.
Mr. Collins?
I think so. After Saturday's comments about the channel, Nathan Bastable saying you Eds, you Eds. Mr. Humphrey saying Rishi Danny Boy, Rishi Tujic, Mr. Humphrey. I'm very busy show at the minute. Keep your comments coming in, guys, as per usual. It is the international beat as well, so it's nice to see that the last 10 games I picked up a massive 21 points.
It's amazing what happens when you're kind of going forwards and scoring goals. You can almost just collect points. I mean, you've got Ryan Yates actually playing balls out like he's been doing, like Michael Dawson-esque, diagonal balls, putting balls across the box, getting into positions to try and score goals. I mean, totally different player. Jack Colback, I mean, wow, totally transformed. But again, it's that man management thing that I was talking about just after before the Huddersfield game. You've got to be there and in it to win it. And at the end of the day, we've been in games and we've been winning games and collecting draws. I mean, 30th place at the minute, very decent to me. And Luke's not what, Nathan?
The man. Na 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 na. Luke is not a man, not a man. Luke is not a man. Yes. Loving the rant tonight. The shots have been fired. Apparently, Ben Balefield saying Spence shows how good our new recruitment team could be. We all will be disappointed if when he goes back to Borough, but his confidence we can identify another.
Well, let me just pose this to everyone. How many fans were confused why we actually signed Jed Spence? He was the last one in at the last minute of deadline day. Jed Spence came out of absolutely nowhere. Well, now fans don't want him to go back. I mean, that must say something about our recruitment team. I mean, Lurquan said that Leeds want Johnson.
Yeah, right.
So do about 17 other Premier League clubs. They can want all they like. Because at the end of the day, unless you pay big money, then are you really going to get Brennan Johnson out of Forest at the minute? He's in the form of his life. I mean, the Brennan Johnson under the Chris Hughton to the Brennan Johnson under Steve Cooper is instantly recognisable.
Oh, massively.
Now, can I pose a topic?
Yeah, man. Luke is not there.
Alex Myton, loan, yay or nay?
Yay.
Yeah, yay.
Okay.
What your thoughts on it, Luke?
I personally wouldn't, purely for the fact that you've seen the transformation that Cooper's had with Colback and Yates within the short space of time he's been at the with Forest. So, to me, why would you not identify why Mighton's not as effective at the moment in the side, and then adapt? I mean, you know, Brennan Johnson's more effective on the left, right? Like, that third goal came from Brennan Johnson coming in on the left, skinning 3 players and putting the ball across. So Mighton can go on the right. Yet we played Brennan Johnson on the right and Mighton on the left on Saturday. And it was just obvious. Either switch him or take him off because he wasn't effective on the left because he's on his wrong foot. But really, we all know that Brennan Johnson can play on the left because he did it for Lincoln because Morgan Rogers was on the right. So, you know, I still think there is a position for Alex Mighton. You've just got to use him right.
What's your thoughts, LJP?
I do see what you are saying, but I don't think a loan would be terrible because you look what happened with Brennan Johnson. Goes out on loan for a season at Lincoln, comes back even under Houghton. He's still definitely twice the player he was under Cooper to comparing to how he was under Houghton, but he still came back and was a bright spark for us. I don't think half a season would be too bad. Then he comes back and then Cooper can develop him further and then he can be a consistent starter. Because we have Zinkenegger as well, and Zinkenegger's been doing well. And Lolly, if Lolly can get his form going, Lolly's a class player as well. So I think half a season out on loan to a League One side wouldn't do him bad at all.
But again, there's 2 key things here. 1, Lolly getting his form, which he just doesn't seem to be able to do at the minute. And 2, you know, if Mighton goes out to, say, a League 1 or League 2 club, he'll be kicked to bits. And at the end of the day, yes, it worked for Johnson, but that's because we found the right club for Brennan Johnson. Not everybody gets to go out on loan to the right club. And I just think, whilst you've got Steve Cooper there, who knows Alex Mighton, worked with him before, and has improved other players in the squad dramatically, I think have him around the squad. I mean, we're so fixated on everybody making an impact. Well, yeah, but at the same time, you've got to think not everybody's going to be effective in your squad 100% of the time. But I think as an impact sub, at the minute, Mighton is all right. I mean, you got to think, would any side want to come and face Alex Mighton when you're just about to take off a Zinkernagel or a Johnson? And then you put Mighton on with his pace. And it's not as simple as going, oh, we'll just go out and sign a winger. It's not that easy. So, really keep what you've got.
Do you feel better now, Luke? You got that off your chest?
Oh dear, Dan. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear.
Luke one said, to be honest, I think we should learn out Martin maybe to Brian to get his physical up. Right,
yeah, let's just send him to Bayern.
This is like FIFA talk at the minute. Just sent Martin to Lincoln Low. Are you playing FIFA?
Yeah, this is the thing with our fan base though. Most of them live on Football Manager or FIFA. Oh yeah, he's not effective, so we'll just send him out on loan and we'll sign a winger. Like it's that easy.
Na. Luke can play FIFA. Luke can play FIFA. So I'm in a singing mood tonight. Keep your comments coming in, guys. It's like we've got Luke. Enjoy this moment. We got Luke One playing Football Manager. And LGP loving it. But yeah, completely agree with it. I mean, do you think this next 2 weeks will benefit for us a lot more with Stevie Cooper or Stevie Houghton?
Sorry, I had to let that one just settle there for a second. Moving on. The international break, as I always say, is just as useful as you make it. If you come out of the international break and lose your game against Reading, then you've not made use of your international break. If you come out and you beat Reading, then the international break has helped you. And again, the only way the international break really helps you is if you make improvements and you get players back fit. I mean, Mbe may be fit after the international break. Ooh, get excited, everyone. I mean, Rodrigo probably won't be fit until 2026, when he'll probably retire. Asayi Tutu will leave Forest in January and then go out on loan to some one club and absolutely tear them apart because that's just Forest sport. Probably Dan, probably. And yeah, we'll see.
Do you play personal? I play with Paz more than Pez. Hey, it's Patrick Swayze. In for a few comments on that day.
Welcome back to the #1 YouTube channel, Patrick. Don't forget it.
Good evening, Toilet Break Luke.
Where you been, Patrick? I was on from the start. Where you been?
Luke's like the Forest fan. He likes Barnsley and he likes Forest. So, where's Phil Mitchell at? Obviously, if you remember from the week earlier, Quinn, but obviously he's setting up his own taxi firm for people like you actually Forest early. So, I think he's doing that tonight.
There's no telling with Phil.
Yeah.
He's here, there, and everywhere.
Yeah. Phil Mitchell. Luke One saying hello. Interesting. Get your comments coming in, guys. We're just waiting for Door's introduction to the party. Party.
Please no.
Obviously, how did you guys feel to Mr. Bond not coming on at the weekend?
Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant.
Mr. Patrick said, roll the beat again. Let's hope we carry on when we get back.
Yes, there was another break in November. There is always an international break in November, unless it's next year when the season just stops because we have the World Cup. Oh, lucky us. But, you know, we've just got to take it as reveling in the fact that we won the last game. We can think about that for 2 weeks. And Derby threw their one away to get a draw against Millwall with 10 men. So every cloud and all that.
Luke One saying LGP loves Star Below.
Okay, all right.
Who's this LGP? LGP is a person, Phil Patrick. Well, I've got the one and only Phil. Hey up, Phil.
Where you been?
No,
Oh, I've got to take my brother to blooming airport.
that's
Sorry,
fine.
man.
No.
You know, brother's taxi. Well, he's going to Dublin in his Forest shirt. So,
LGP is a Forest fan. Oh, you're picking Luke
that's a
on?
bonus.
Yeah. Oh,
What have I missed?
People been asking for you. Luke on saying
Have I
Phil
missed
Mitchell.
much?
Not really. Luke on saying that you're what you said, what a guy, Phil Mitchell.
Can you hear me, Luke?
Not
It's a bit laggy.
Hello.
very loud, yeah. Hello. I've got Phil Mitchell in the house.
Hello.
Hello. That would have been a really cracking ringtone, that would have.
Oh, no. Sorry, mate.
It's sad. Luke and Sappy.
Because I mean, Derby.
Derby. And Stephen Molson is give us a redemption of Stevie Cooper chants that chaps. I can't remember it now.
No, just no.
What's your thoughts on the atmosphere on Saturday?
Thought it was brilliant. You?
It was okay. It was better than Tuesday.
I mean, the Trent End was still dead, and the Brian Clough stand wasn't much better. But I mean, we know this every week. They're just dead. I mean, they like to show us that they're alive on Saturday by showing their torchlights, but they could just do that with singing. You know, create some atmosphere. I mean, don't just leave it to the Bridgeford End and A Block to do something.
Or the Force Lap.
Oh yeah, Dan. We know you love the Fours a lot.
Yeah. I got much love for Dove than I have for Forza. Have you guys got any topics that you would like to discuss on tonight's show?
I've aired all of my topics.
Have you got any topics, LGP?
Nah, the one topic I was going to say has already been said about Jed Spence.
Oh, Lurkin saying Forest want Connor Roberts at Jed Spence goes. Is that real or is that something off FIFA?
I think that's off Lurquan News.
Yeah, Lurquan News.
That should really be a feature. Lurquan sends in 5 pieces of news and you have a 5-minute feature. Lurquan News.
Sponsored by Turton.
If you like.
Yeah, you're getting laughing faces for that.
I aim to please.
Right.
It's never boring when I'm around.
Wow. But yeah, completely agree with that, to be fair. Obviously, we haven't got Mr. Reliable tonight in chat. Mr. Taxi's obviously, as you can see, doing his taxi, waiting for Luke one, and City Grand coming out. Soon there from Saturday. See, waiting for him to come out of the ground. Shots have been fired. And urgent topic to be discussed. Half-time errors expensive and warm. It's a topic for you about half-time because it does my nothing. I'm having that explosive moment. it does man up in that whenever I go to the bar half time, obviously it's busy anyway, but why do people go 3 or 4 people at a time, then let another 3 people join them and buy them beer? I mean, it's absolutely shocking. I mean, that's why I don't really go up to the bar half time because it's like you're waiting for that 5 minutes and seeing spot while people join the mates.
And that moment was brought to you by Dan.
Yeah, it is absolutely shocking. I mean, you might as well just bring your own beer in. To be honest, I think we should play Luke at right back. More like right back in changing rooms.
Sadly, Laquan, I don't play right back. I play left back. And unfortunately, Matt Slow is doing a perfectly good job there already. But Dan will helpfully oblige playing right back. Won't you, Dan?
Yeah, all day long. Shit, I do it. All day long.
Maybe Dan can show them how to take corners as well.
Yeah. We're not getting past first man.
Anyways.
Wilson saying, "Oh, said that? Yes." Pardon me. But yeah, completely agree. So it will be a very, very quiet Saturday out for us, which will be boring.
Oh, just watch Jack Colback's goal on loop. You'll get in the mood.
Yeah. I might send that to you now. Just say,
Send it Matthew Wilkinson.
yeah, you will say, you know about it all day. Me and Brewster or Grabs.
Grab one.
I mean, can I say both?
Up to you.
I'd have both. I mean, I'd have Brewster and still have Grabban because I mean, Grabban's on fire. Yet I do think that the pace of Brewster would give us something we don't already have.
Interesting. Chad saying you read. Laquan don't want us to finish early. We're low.
Laquan, it isn't really up to anybody but Dan as to when we finish.
Laquan saying Dane Murphy should get all credit.
Dane Murphy deserves 50% of the credit. Steve Cooper deserves 50% of the other credit. I mean, Dane Murphy doesn't manage the side. And actually, no, hold on. I think 33.3% to Dane Murphy, 33.3% to Steve Cooper, and 33.3% to the players.
And 0.1% to Luke.
And minus 17 to Dan.
Yeah. And all the rest of the LJP. Laquan, he's the one who got Cooper.
And Cooper still got to then live up to the potential. Unlike Carvalho.
Never forget. Cooper, you're the one. You used to turn me on. Forest going to the Premier League. 1, 2, 3, 4. Looking back at where we first met. And another thing, but I never forget. Cooper, you're the one. You used to turn me on. Forest going to the Premier League. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's enthusiasm for you. Forest going up, going up. Forest going up. Na 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 na. Forest going up, going up. Forest going up.
There's more songs like that on Dan Forest Talk TV. Coming soon with his new album.
Forest going up. Hey, I said Luke took his hat off. Breaking news. We would have got people, we probably would have got someone like Neil Warnock.
Sadly, Neil Warnock doesn't fit into the youth approach that we're taking at the club. Sorry.
How did you feel about Neil Warnock being sacked on Saturday? I couldn't believe it.
I think it was coming. I think if you get a 1-1 draw with freshly relegated West Brom, it isn't deemed as a terrible result. But when you look at the bigger picture, where Borough wants to be in the top 6, then it probably was coming. It's even they're 15th, which is like 11 places off where they want to be.
I mean, I just look at the smaller picture and the fact that Neil Warnock didn't like Jed Spence. I think that's a sacking offence in itself.
Oh, dear. Imagine Warnock at Forest.
I'd rather not.
What's your LJP?
It seemed it probably would have gone like a similar way to Houghton, to be honest.
The answer you're looking for, LGP, was no.
Yeah. Oh, it's right. Here you go.
No.
There we go. The whole answer to almost every question from now on is no.
No. Word of the week.
Magnificent.
Should get Radson one time. I'd be more up than happy to get Radson. He does come on the show quite a lot anyway. Where I spent the entire time doing his job FC. Okay. It would be actually, to be fair. I would actually say that. Man, we're actually going through a full show at door. Calling door.
He was probably still nursing his hangover from the other day, actually, Dan. That's probably why he's not here.
Drinking soda.
Oh, yours is probably not come on because he's camera shy.
Yeah. Really. Too funny. But yeah, completely agree. So I'd like to say thank you for the lads for coming on.
No worries.
Thanks for having me on.
Yes, sir. I'd like to say thank you for watching, guys. Goodbye.